Hi, guys. It is your girl, Kat Harvey. I want to make sure that we are being seen streaming for sure. Um, so let me go ahead and make this public so we can, because we have a when I tell you it's a great show today, it's a great show today. You don't want to miss it. So I want to make sure that it is available to everyone to see. But anyway, how's everyone doing? It is a beautiful Saturday. I am in a hotel room. I'm trying to get my lighting together because it's not doing what I need it to do. But we are here, and I want to make sure, like I said, that everybody can see the show. Give me 1 minute. I'm having a little technical difficult. Okay, it's on now. So host and everybody should be able to share uh, the show and a link to invite people in. So come on in. Don't be shy. Come in, join us. It's going to be a great show. We're talking about getting that summer bod ready, hot summer bods ready. So join us in the conversation. Now it's going down. So thank you so much. I just want to always start off to say, this is the day that the Lord has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. I'm going to move up some because I can see myself. So yeah. So I just want to just welcome everybody in. Like I said, we're talking about uh, losing weight. We're talking about healthcare. We're talking about health and wellness. We're talking about the journey and different things. You see, I posted several pictures of before and after pictures of myself and my co-host, my guest today. So come on in, join us. You're welcome. Come in, and come in. I'm very excited to see you. But I'm going to welcome to the stage is Coach Shell. She is a nurse. She's been on this health and wellness journey for a while. I'm also going to introduce Karen. She's been on this health and wellness journey for a while. So we don't want you to think that it's only I can do it overnight or whatever. It takes a moment. Good morning, cousin. Love you. So without any further ado, I'm going to bring my girls on. So for a simple chat. So first to the stage, I have Coach Shell. Welcome, Coach Shell. How are you, dear?
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good
How
morning.
are you?
I am doing well. I'm sorry we told you, I told you she's a nurse too, so she's been up all night too for different things, but she joined us. She's up and she's live and in techno color. So ask questions. I want y'all to really be involved. Anything, we're just gonna be really frank and really honest. Next to the stage is Karen. It's a funny story how Karen and I met.
Good morning.
Actually, I used to date her brother many moons ago,
Yes,
and at one point we thought we was gonna be sister-in-laws, right?
absolutely. Absolutely. And people always said we looked alike. So that was, yes.
Exactly. And I think he still has some kind of like weirdness about our like, yeah.
Yes. Yes, yes.
So, ladies, let's get into this wellness journey. I tell people all the time, I'm never going to be that. I don't feel like, let's put it this way, that I'm ever going to be that girl that was like totally skinny, slim, but because I wasn't born there, I came here 9 pounds 3 ounces. I was a
Right.
big baby,
Mm-hmm.
and so
Okay.
um, this weight thing has like followed me my entire life, my whole childhood, my whole adolescence, and then now adulthood,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
Um, so that's a little bit of my origin, but I think my breaking point was, as many of you know, I was married for 20 years. I was in, I don't want to say I was abusive relationship, but it was sort of abusive and traumatic. But I'm not a victim at all. But I end
Absolutely.
up gaining weight over the years because I'm an emotional eater.
Mm-hmm.
So I gained weight over the years. And when I got a divorce, I went to a conference, and somebody takes your picture. You're with your friends, they take your picture or whatever. And I saw that picture and I really was telling people, I was like, why y'all didn't tell me I was walking around looking like Jabba the Hutt? Like I was walking around and I posted this on my page. I posted our pictures right before and after. Mm-hmm. And I was around looking like Jabba the Hutt. And I'm like, OMG, why nobody told me? I'm thinking I'm looking good and I'm looking all kinds of jacked up, right?
Why Jabba though?
I don't know why I always say Jabba the Hutt, but that's what I felt like, Jabba the Hutt. And I'm like, no, that's not cute. It's not sexy. It's nothing.
Right.
Welcome guest. I'm glad we have some guests on. So ladies, share your origin because people need to know, like, this is, it could be a lifetime battle. You know, I get it. Some people start off skinny and then they gain weight along the way, but I've had, like, it's been a lifetime battle for me.
Mm-hmm. Coach Shelley, you want to go first?
Okay, I will. All righty. Absolutely, it is a lifetime battle. Oh my word. It is a lifetime battle. It is, well, let's not call it a battle because we don't have to be fighting all the time. You know, just, you know, we feel like oftentimes we have it in our mind and have it in our spirits that we need to be fighting. And we don't necessarily need to be fighting. It is a journey and we need to go one step at a time, step by step. It's not like, you know, this is not the drive-through. This is not where, okay, I want to lose weight and, you know, in 2.5 seconds it's going to happen. It's a journey. And what we often do is we press ourselves to the wall so that we can get to the finish line, And we're so busy concerned about the finish line that we don't concentrate on the journey, because the things that you achieve and acquire on the journey are way more important than the actual finish line. And so we don't look at it like that. We just look at it like, I'm trying to be snatched. And, you know, we're just trying to get to that finish line. But what you learn along the way are some life lessons that will carry you beyond the finish line. I need to write a book called Beyond the Finish Line, for real. Okay, because we think we got there at the finish line. But when you know, like I had lost a lot of weight and I got to what I think, it really wasn't the finish line, but it was close to my finish line. So, you know, it's like, I lost like 120 pounds, 115 pounds. And it was like, oh my God, you know, I'm not is where I used to be, but I'm not all the way where I want to go. I want to lose a little bit more. But beyond the finish line, because I rushed to that finish line, I gained way back because I was rushing to the finish line. So the things that I needed to acquire along the way, like healthy eating habits, lifestyle changes. Now, I still have some of them. I didn't just toss them all out the window. I did learn a lot and I still have some of those healthy habits, but I would have had more had I not been so focused on the finish line. You know, and, you know, everybody's finish line is like, you know, okay, I want to be smaller. And it's not necessarily that you want to be skinny. I mean, maybe some people do, but I mean, you know, I'm not going to try to be skinny, but I just wanted to be smaller than I was before, a lot smaller than I was before. I wanted to be able to tie my shoes. I want to be able to, you know, these simple goals in life for me was I want to ride on a roller coaster. I want to ride the airplane without using an adjustable belt, extra extension belt. You know what I'm saying? I want to fit in a kayak. You know, these are things like when you're super large, these are things that are like, you're not doing it. It's just not going to happen. You know, and the number one thing was like, I'll never do the walk of shame again. You know, the walk of shame when you get on a roller coaster and they tell you got to get off. Walk of shame. Oh yeah, I've done that. I went all the way to Universal Studios, paid really good money to get on a plane to fly all the way to Universal Studios. Back in my biggest days, and my kids were little, and I wanted to ride that brand new Superman ride. And the walk of shame. I mean, you know, you couldn't put a finger up like Medea. No, the walk of shame. And so all those however many hundreds of people were in line. They didn't have an extra exit for you to slip out. No, you had to kind of walk through the line backwards. You just a walk of shame because you can't ride the ride because you're way too big. And I was like, I will never do that again.
Coach Shell, you brought up a good part because I didn't even talk about that in mine, because everybody has a different journey. That's why I'm so glad we're all on here. But to talk about the walk of shame, so it brings some kind of shame to it too. And like you said, even being on a plane that you had to get an extension, like what does that do for your mental? Like how does that affect your mental?
Oh yeah, it wrecks you. It makes you feel like I really felt like a prisoner. And in some aspect, I kind of, just like what you were saying this earlier backstage, you were saying earlier how you still feel like you're the same size, even if, after you lose weight, because it's a mentality that we have adapted. I still feel like I'm 325 pounds, although I'm not. I still feel like I am, and I forget until I get on a plane that, hey, I don't need an extension. This is great. I still have seat room next to me. I still, when I look in the mirror, I don't see me now. I see the 325-pound me. So it is a mentality that I still have to fight to get out of, or I have to manage. Because I don't want to, I try to take the word fight out of it because I don't want to feel like fighting is stressful. There's no reason why we got to punch our way out of this thing all the time, and we don't have to fight because you can't fight. You can't live if you're always fighting. Correct. If you're in a high emotional state where you feel like you got to box and punch your way out of every day of your life. So you've got to do the journey to where you enjoy the journey because it has to be sustainable. Right. It can't be something where you get up every day and it's like, I gotta fight that boss. No. Yeah. So I have been taking the word fight out of my mouth and out of my mentality.
I like that.
Yeah, because we're not gonna fight. We're gonna live. We're gonna change. We're going to live. Then when you live and change, you can breathe and enjoy the journey, and you can get to the finish line and beyond the finish line, because beyond the finish line, you have to maintain what you've achieved, what you have acquired.
Yes. I'm going to post Coach Shell because I got hers late. I'm going to actually post her before and after picture too, but you can see me and Karen's before and after picture on our Facebook. It's up there. I posted it up there. Karen, come on, talk to us about your journey.
It's amazing. Thank you. That Coach Shelley started and ended with something that's amazing is the journey. Because when you think about the finish line, you've already done the journey. When I started, I looked at my pictures and I'm like, I'm not happy with myself, but I think I started off at 257 pounds. I remember when I got to 199 pounds, you could not tell me I had not won some type of award or a marathon because I was so excited for myself that I was in the 100s.
Yes, boo.
Wonderland.
That was a win for me. And then when my clothes started getting smaller, and then when I had to keep putting holes in my belt, and then I started writing them down because it wasn't about the scale for me. It took me a minute because I'm older. So we come from a generation of scale, and the scale does not tell the entire picture. It just doesn't. So that was an amazing thing. So it's definitely, and I don't ever want to get to the finish line because I wanted to continue to be better health-wise because I know a lot more than I knew when I got started about my body, and I want to continue to learn about my body for it to get better and better. It's funny because we talked about how in the beginning we were heavy. I was always very thin growing up, even though I think mentally I thought I was heavy. But when I got heavy, when I was probably should have been in a 20 and squeezing an 18, you couldn't tell me I wasn't a size 6. I had so much confidence and in my mental, I was like, until I really saw myself. My journey started to help out my son. My son had an injury and he hurt himself. And you have to walk the walk and talk the talk. You can't tell your children one thing and then you do something else. So I said, well, you know what? I'm just going to embark on this journey to help him, wink, wink, to help
Right.
him when I really
Right.
needed myself. And when I started losing the weight, and now I've gone from 257 pounds to 168 pounds, but in my mind, I feel like I'm 258 pounds. I don't see it. It was the complete opposite for me. When I was heavier, I had a lot more confidence because I thought I was smaller. And now that I'm smaller, I still feel like I'm in the heavier body.
That's wow.
Isn't it? So it
It's
is
interesting.
definitely mental until I see a picture. I never really I never had the walk of shame, thank goodness.
Yeah, me
But I've
either.
had some other shames in my life.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Definitely. But I have learned so much. I had something called lymphedema. And if there's anybody out there who knows what it is, it's where your lymph nodes swell up. And I was wearing a size men's 14 slipper because my legs and feet had swollen so bad. I started getting blisters, and I had gone to every doctor. I had spent money to get compressions, and it was awful. And I had it for years. I'm like, I'll never be able to wear heels again. I was always wearing sneakers. And some people might know Wendy Williams had the same syndrome, if you want to kind of relate. It comes in all different parts of your bodies, but mine's mostly was in my legs and my feet. When I changed my diet, after 3 weeks of changing my diet, my legs went down. I went in the shower one day. I hadn't seen my ankles in a long time. And I thought it was a fluke, but it wasn't. They pretty much never blew back up until I started listening to my body. If I eat the wrong thing, it'll let me know. I know what inflamed me. I just totally tuned into my body. I started writing things down. This has been I'm at the healthiest I've ever been in my life, because even when I was in college, I'm drinking Pepsis and Milky Ways. That's not healthy. If you're skinny, even if you're thin, does not mean you're healthy. So I'm 50 years old and I'm in the healthiest journey of my entire life.
That's awesome. We talk about the journey. So yours is actually reverse of mine, right? So I grew up, I've never done the walk of shame either. I've never, I think my growing up, I was probably 177, 178, right? But then that was huge, right? When we were growing up, somebody that was that. So I've always seen myself big, and then I was larger than my friends. So, and then I'm already tall as well. So you feel awkward. So there was a level of, I had confidence in the fact that, growing up with dad, so I know my father loved me. So he instilled a certain confidence. But when you go off to school and you're around certain people and you feel like all your girlfriends they are smaller than you, and even my sister, my mom, they're smaller, and I'm like, why am I so big, and stuff like that. But then, like you said, and I developed I had health issues growing up. I was diabetic as a child, and different medications and stuff that I had to take as well. But losing weight and understanding, like, it's not about just losing weight or anything. It's a journey. It's a health thing, and learning and listening to your body. So I have been off some medication after a 2-week, 3-week journey. So I'm very excited. My endocrinologist is like, yeah, what are we doing? Like, you're doing amazing. So I'm actually very excited, probably for the first time, to, like, when we doing my blood work, like, because I want to see that, I know I'm better. She allows me, we work together. So I was like, I think I'm taking too much of this. So she's like, try less. So she's been working with me, but I can't wait to see the actual blood work, because I know this is a thing too. And I know people gonna be like, yes, God is a healer. He gives us different methods to heal us, though. And you have to take that responsibility to eat right. I can't, I was never a soda drinker, but I was a sweet tea. Give me some sweet tea. I could drink a gallon of sweet tea a day. A gallon. Yeah. I would drive up to Chick-fil-A, get a gallon of sweet tea and a large cup, and drink it all day. Like, that was my tea. I am a bread and pasta person. So breads, pasta, Italian food is my thing. Um, but after you learn what affects your body, as you were stating, Karen, you don't even want those things anymore. The other day, we're on this health journey and doing our thing. The other day, I was like, oh my God, I want some French fries. I want some French fries. I want some French fries. I went and ordered some French fries because it was like, I want some French fries, whatever. Went there, got the French fries. I ate 3 fries. And I went to like a deli because, in Philly, we have, like, you don't have to go to McDonald's or whatever. I went to the deli, the Poppy store, whatever you want to call it. I ordered some French fries because I wanted them hot. I wanted them crisp. I wanted salt and pepper. Like, give me these fries. I got the fries. I ate 3 fries. I'm like, I don't want these fries. And I just threw it away. So when you change your mindset, like we're talking about, it affects your mind. When you start changing your mind, when you say, I want to feel better, I want to be able to do more. I don't want to take, if you're on medication, I don't want to take this medication my whole life. I don't want to do this. I want to be more active. I want to live longer, plain and simple. I want to live longer. So you have to make some certain changes. Yeah. And so we talked about the food stuff. Talk about what other kind of things do we need to do? Exercise. How does it all play together? Let's talk about that, Karen or Shelly, whichever one of y'all want to jump in on that.
Okay. So for me, throughout my life, now, of course, I had 2 children and I've gained 80 pounds with both of them and then kind of lost it, but never really had that thin figure. So I'll say I definitely have struggled for probably the last 12 years with my weight. And anytime I tried to do a quick fix, never was exercise was involved in it ever. I have consistently worked out for the past 2 years. Wow. And the other thing, when we say it's not cookie cutter, I change consistently. I will start doing one thing, and when I see, okay, maybe this is not working for me, I have to change to something else. So you might go from, I want to lose weight till I want to tone up. Then you might want to tone. I may have toned a little bit too much. I want to go back because muscle weighs more than fat. And I've been lifting a little consistent. And then I hurt my back a few days ago. Well, about 2 weeks ago. And I noticed that I couldn't lift as much because of my back. And my body started changing. And I was like, okay, I kind of like the in between. So I absolutely love working out. It starts my day. I get up at 4:30 every morning. That took discipline. I strive for discipline. I want to be disciplined because my why, my motivation, and it kind of makes me a little emotional. I want to take care of myself now so my children don't have to take care of me later.
That part.
I do not want we all have to leave here for some reason. But if I can stop some of those things now with what I put in my body, period. And when I put it in my body, and when I put it in there mentally, and when I put it in there physically to help me to be on this earth and as healthy as long as I can. And working out is high on the list. Now, eating healthy is the most important thing. You can't work out a bad diet. You just can't.
That's 80% of it.
You can't.
Eating right is 80% of it. Is 80% of it. It's
80% of it in the kitchen. But being able to get up in the morning and my body is not feeling like the 10 man. You said your person was Attila the Hun. I was the 10 man because I was squeaking. My knees were hurting. My back was hurting. Nothing hurts. I'm on one medication, and that's high blood pressure. And that is just through genetics. It is no ifs, ands, or buts to go around it. I had my blood work done the other day. I'm excited because at one time I was diabetic and I was on 2,000 milligrams of metformin. I don't want that for my life. So
right.
So exercises, I look forward to it. I try different things. Some things I don't like. I try to figure out what I do like. But I also know that I have to be prepared. You just can't fly by the seat of your pants. I have to decide what I'm going to do in the morning. I have to lay out my workout clothes. I have to decide I'm going to do cardio this day, that day, or I won't do it. And I am the biggest negotiator. I will negotiate with myself in the morning. I'm like, I should have been on the CIA somewhere because I'm a great negotiator. But a lot of times, well, if you don't do it then, and if I don't do it in the morning, it's not going to happen.
Ah,
It's better for me to do it in the morning when I haven't eaten anything. It's clarity. I don't have to take my son anywhere. I don't have to worry about my husband. It's my time for my my mental and my physical is at 4:30 in the morning. And then
wow.
whatever happens the rest of the day, it happens because I can't control it. But I can control that moment and I take it and I grab on it. So definitely the physical, I'm loving it, and definitely the health part of the food.
Okay. Shell, talk to us about the why, because Karen, you brought that up, and I think that's very important. Anything we do, we need to have a reason behind what we do. So, Coach Shell, can you talk to us a little bit about the why? What's important about
Absolutely. I decided to get on this camera
that? All
because
right.
I felt like that little picture was not personable. Okay. Hope I don't have too many bags under my eyes.
You look
Okay.
amazing. You look
You
All
look
right.
beautiful.
great.
So I'm going to address the why, but first I've got to grab onto a concept that you just said, Chris, about muscle weighing more
Right.
than
It's the same.
fat.
It's the same.
I always gotta jump on that because you guys know, I mean, although I'm a nurse, I work at a surgery center. I work with fat loss and liposuction and all kinds of things like that every day. And everybody comes in and say this. And I said, hey, this is my analogy for that. A pound is a pound.
It is.
Weight, fat,
It's
muscle
just-
does not weigh more than fat, but what it does is fat has more volume. So I always call it the fluffiness. So think of fat as marshmallows. So you have like your muscle, okay, that's a bucket of rocks, and fat, bucket of marshmallows. You're going to need a whole lot more buckets of marshmallows to get to the same amount of weight as a bucket of rocks. It's going to take multiple buckets because fat is fluffy. And it's not going to, people say, oh, you're going to come in and you're going to suck this fat out and I'm going to be 20 pounds. Like, no, ma'am, you are not. You're going to be the same weight, but you're going to look smaller.
Right.
You're going to look smaller. Your inches, and your inches are going to be smaller and your clothes are going to fit.
Yeah, it's shaped different. That's the only difference because
Exactly.
Exactly.
And your clothes and those are, what do you call those? What do you call those when it's not scales? I forget what it's called. What is it?
Non-scale victories. NSV.
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
Those are golden.
Yep.
Golden, the non-scale victories. So, because I do this every day, I have gotten to the point where I'm like, okay, let me stop watching that scale because I'm watching the scale like a hawk. And I'm, I mean, I'm taking my weight, I'm taking hairpins out. I don't want nothing to interrupt my weight. I'm taking all the clothes out.
With the scale thing, Shell, real quick. I got to jump. So I am reverse of them. I'm always the reverse of something. I am a scale watcher. Only because I can't see it, right? So in order to not discourage myself, I get on the scale because numbers are numbers. So I can see a number. So I just want to encourage people, whatever works for you. Like I think Karen, you brought it up. It's no cookie cutter thing. It's whatever works for you. I am a scale person. If I didn't see that scale change, it would freak me out and I would get frustrated and say it's not working. Because I can't remember I told you in the beginning, I can't see it.
Right.
Yes.
So if I don't,
I had to hide my scale because I was freaking out too much.
Yep.
Yeah, I literally, at one point, I literally had to hide my scale for a good few weeks because I was like, I was watching the scale and it was disheartening because, things fluctuate from day to day. And I had to make myself get down to Way Day. Remember I had the Way Day Wednesdays?
Yep.
I had to make myself, that's how I got Way Day Wednesdays. That was because I was like, about the scale every day.
That scale is the devil for me. Like
exactly.
It changes my whole mindset.
No, I work out of town and I couldn't wait to get home. Literally, I came in the house, ran upstairs and got on the scale because I felt like I had gained weight while I was going.
Boy.
I lost 10 pounds, but I felt like
you had
The mental.
It's
The
all
mental.
exactly.
So,
It's all
yes.
here.
I felt so
Yeah.
fluffy, and I was
Yes.
like, I can't do this. I gained weight. I did something wrong. I had to run upstairs and get on my scale. And I posted
I just had that moment. I had that moment yesterday. I was like, oh my God. I feel better. I feel better. I hurried up and, cause I'm around scales all day. Excuse me. I have patients to see and I do clinic visits. I'm around scales all day, but I'm not jumping on those scales because I got on clothes. I'm like, oh, I got hairpins in. I'm not doing it. So I run home and, jump on the scale. I was like 3 pounds less. I didn't gain anything, but it was up here. And I was just like freaking out because I just knew. You couldn't have told me that I was like, oh my God, I probably gained 10 pounds.
Right.
And I did it. It was up here. Yeah, exactly. But let me get back to your question, your initial question that you asked me about the why.
Let me talk about the scale real quick. I didn't know people, like, I just get on the scale, clothes and all, shoes, everything. I just jump on the scale.
Oh, no.
It was like, I think somebody mentioned in one of the comments when I posted, look at you brave, you got on shoes and clothes. I'm like, how did you get on the scale? Like, yeah, I got on shoes and clothes.
With nothing, honey, nothing.
I was at my son's house and we had just eaten dinner and he got on the scale and I looked at him like he had lost his mind. I said, did you just go on the scale? We just ate. Are you crazy?
Yeah, exactly.
Mine's is first thing in the morning. Nothing is
first
on
thing.
Listen,
Right.
Ponytail coming out. I need it.
Exactly.
No.
If I got on glasses are coming off. Hairpins
coming off.
Bobby pins are coming out. Yep, all of that.
And my scale.
Because I was like, that's 2 more pounds.
Yeah. Yes. My scale, when you get on it, it takes a few minutes for it to it's computing. And I close my eyes, but when it beeps and when I open my eyes, I know it's going to dictate my day. It's going to dictate at one time, but now if I know I lost my father a few months ago and I kind of,
my condolences.
I knew, thank you. I knew when I got on that scale, this is the number and I'm just going to have to deal with it. Got on there. I'm like, okay, I gained weight. This is what we're working with, but this stops today. And I jumped right back on my program. I jumped back into my lifestyle that I knew that helped me to get where I was. I lost my father because of heart disease. I don't want it. So he's another reason why it's just all about family. You just got to be smart. When you know better, you do better. And so now I can go months without going on a scale and I'll say, hey, I'm going to get on it. And this is the number I want to see. And there's been times I've surpassed that number and I'm literally just crying and excited, but I can go months without going on a scale.
Wow. That's good.
I am itching. I
can do it now. I couldn't do it before.
No,
I can do it now.
Do it in the beginning, Coach Shelley. No, I was getting on that thing, but like you say, women, especially as women, even if we're menopausal or premenopausal, or for the ones that are watching who have had babies, and then you have your monthly. So if I have something that I'm not really usually put in my body, it'll take 3 days for that the bloat and the inflammation to go away. So I definitely on no scale then. So when you start learning your body, it's just not, So back to Coach Shelley.
Yeah. Okay, Shell, go ahead with the why.
Why? Look, y'all, we grown up, so I'm gonna keep it real without getting us kicked off of Facebook. But for real, y'all want to know my real why?
I do.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell y'all my real why. Because I want all the fat to go.
Yes.
I'm gonna keep it real.
Okay.
Because my vajayjay need air. It need air, y'all. It's too much fat hanging down. I'm trying to tell you. It ain't seen the sunshine ever. I was a fat kid. I went from a fat kid, jumped right to adult size. All of the middle sizes, like, Mrs. And no, I never wore Mrs. anything. I went from pretty plus kids at Sears all the way to adult plus sizes. I jumped the middle. I didn't wear any of those middle sizes at all. So I always have been fat. I've always been pretty much a barrel. You know, you say, oh, you're a Coke bottle? No, I was a Coke bottle, all right. The 3-liter Coke bottle. This is for real. I was a Coke bottle. And I'm telling you, just to have all of that fat, I call it the apron. Have this extra, people say, oh, my gut. They call it the gut. No, baby, that is fat hanging off where your gut area is. It's hanging, and it's an apron. It's hanging down over the pubic area. Let's be technically medical. The pubic area, okay. But like I said, the vajayjay need air. It needs sunshine. All of that is hanging over that area. Then that means you have other issues, like you uncomfortable when it's hot. If you got extra folds, even on the sides and, under the arms, everywhere, if you got extra folds and extra, parts that are, folds and stuff, you got to take a whole lot more baths in the middle of the day, and you got to be cleaning here and deodorizing and stuff like that, and it is just so uncomfortable to have all that extra folds, because you're talking about skin on skin, and and I still have, even though I lost a lot of weight, I still have loose skin. And I still have
the fupa.
Yeah, what you call it? The hoopa.
The fupa. She said the fupa.
I got the fupa and the poofa and the kufa. All of them. I got all of them, girl.
Listen,
and I'm telling you,
when I break up with my fupa, I'm getting a restraining order. I'm over him. It's over.
So that's
Karen, talk to us a little bit about the loose skin, because you work for great about loose skin. Talk to us about, Karen, because you went from what, 257 to 168. That's like almost 100 pounds, right?
Yes,
right.
Which I didn't even know I needed to lose, which is crazy. I didn't even realize it. Working out has definitely helped.
Okay,
definitely.
Working out has definitely helped, but it's taken me 2 years. So when we say it's not a quick fix, it's not.
It's a journey.
It's a journey. So it's giving my body. Now, I have loose skin. I do. But not as much as I probably would if I wasn't working out and if I didn't do the slow and steady. So my arms and then the thigh, like that upper thigh right there.
Exactly.
Oh my God, talk about it. I've never, because I was like, loose skin, what are they talking about?
Sometimes you just feel like a forest fire is going to happen. All this friction happening. Yeah, that's a forest fire about to happen. I'm trying to tell you. It's dangerous.
I'm coming out the shower and I'm like, why is, now I've always had nice legs, like always. Like if you look at my pictures, nice legs, boom. Because I was very active as a child, even though I was overweight. I was very active. Right. Dance class, a very active child. I looked, I said, what is this wrinkled fat stuff right here on my thighs?
Who put that there?
Right. And
somebody walked in the middle of the night and put that there.
Put this right here.
Why is it crinkly like what is this in this? I'm like, no. And I walk. A lot of times people got to understand, yes, strength training, weight training, all that, but walking is one of the best exercises.
Absolutely.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely.
Overall exercise. So when people say, well, I can't exercise, you can get up and move. And that, I think that's one of the most important things. Is moving. Do something. Like you may can't go to the gym. You may can't cut all the way back on your eating, but make some changes. So if you drink soda, instead of drinking 5 sodas this week, drink 3. We got to learn to make those small adjustments
in steps, right?
Larger adjustments, because like we said, we're stating it's an overall lifestyle. It's not a diet. I don't like the term of diet, because go on a diet, you're going to fail. But if you go on a lifestyle change and say, I'm doing this better for my health, the whys, like I'm much like you, Karen. I don't want my children, because I have 2 boys. And first of all, we know boys ain't gonna take care of you anyway. But anyway,
my youngest told me I was going to Shady Pines. He not doing
see, they ready to put you up. Mine told me he would take care of me, and I believe in his heart he thinks he would. But yeah, come on. So I don't want them to have to take care of me.
Right.
I want to be able to take care of myself. And so I think it's very important to make those life changes, those lifestyle changes, where really all I do is drink water. I either drink water or tea with nothing in it. Like I'm a hot tea girl. I'm not a coffee drinker. I drink herbal tea, like a green tea or turmeric tea or something.
Which is much better for you.
Yes. Yeah, and I make teas anyway. Like if I'm home, I'll make teas and different things like that. I'll cut up my lemons, my herbs, and all that kind of stuff, and make a tea. But that without anything in it, water all day long, because we need to hydrate our bodies, right? And at least 64 ounces, at least 64 ounces of water a day. I mean, I know people are like, you got to get a gallon. You're supposed to at least get 64 ounces, like that, whatever. 64 ounces in. Watch what you're consuming. Watch what you're eating. Like just little changes along the way make a difference. Go walk, especially people who have jobs that are sedentary, where you're sitting at a desk all the time. Go walk around the building on your lunch hour. Like go walk. Do something.
And I actually get to do that sometimes. I get walking around the for a few blocks. Just walk down the street. But I'm gonna be honest. Me and exercise are not friends. And I don't say all exercise, but the gym situation, I applaud you, Karen.
That's okay.
You doing that?
I don't go to the gym.
But you know what I found out? I found out something that I can do now. Because I was feeling bad. I was feeling shameful because I'm not walking as much. It's hard for me to do the exercise and the walking routine. I live like right outside in the suburbia of LA. I'm a valley girl, you guys. I totally live in the valley. But I work in Beverly Hills. So I've got to go up a mountain and down a mountain and over a mountain to get to work and back. Okay. So I'm driving an hour, sometimes an hour and a half. It could be up to 2 hours that I could be driving at any given day in one way. So by the time I drive 3 hours a day, I'm at work, I'm running up and down the halls, I'm, seeing patients, and often I'm in the operating room, which could be a 4 to 5 hour long situation. It's just a lot, So with all of that, I would literally have to be up at 4 a.m. or 3 or something, trying to do this walking thing. And I was walking on a treadmill. I did it a little bit, but it was like, oh, I cannot. I need my sleep. I can't do it. So I had a patient that came in, and this lady, what we do at our clinic is give people a starting tool. But the aftercare is everything. If you don't exercise, you're not going to maintain. That's just the bottom line. I don't care. You can't pay somebody enough money to suck fat out of you. If you start eating, you're going to be the same thing you was when you came in. So the aftercare is everything. So this one lady told me, I said, oh my God, you look gorgeous. How did you I've never seen any patient look this good, and we did very, very minimum on this lady. Well, she said, I didn't like the gym, so I started ballroom dancing. I said, wait, what?
Yeah.
She said, I started ballroom dancing. I said, what? She said, because I like to dance and I don't like the gym. So, you should have seen her legs. We didn't even do her legs. She had results that had nothing to do with any liposuction at all. She, her arms and her legs were just power strengthened. And it was like, she was looking so good. And I was like, okay, so what do I do to get started with that? I like dancing. I can do that as an exercise. She said, yeah, I hate the gym. And I just couldn't, I kept failing and feeling just disheartened by my lack of keeping to the schedule. And so she said, all I did was call like a dance studio, like Arthur Murray or whatever, I'm not authorizing them, but whatever kind of dance studios in your area across America. Yeah, or the Y if they have some classes there. But it was like she called a dance studio and just said, I'd like to take, some dance classes and whatever. And she picked ballroom dancing. And then once you learn how to do it, they have other social events and stuff so that you can show your skills and contests and stuff. So you can show your skills. And so you just keep going there and you just keep dancing. And she goes and she dances 2 times a week. That's it.
Wow.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because that's important. You have to find something that you like. So when I was in Savannah, I love to swim. So guess what?
Okay.
I was swimming. Like you have to find what is sustainable for you. This is such an individual thing. It's crazy where people go, oh, I can guarantee you can do this. No, it worked for you. It might not work for me because this is the thing. You know, our bodies are made up differently. Right. We don't all have the same.
And we talk about environment. I live in a very small town. I'm from Philadelphia, but I live in a small town.
Yay, Philly.
I got we got 4 stoplights.
We're all 3 Philly girls online.
Philly girls. There's no crunch here. There's no fitness. There's nothing. So we do have like a little YMCA, but they're open weird hours. So I work out at home.
Right.
I get up at 4:30 because I have to be to work. I have to leave home by 6 to get to work. So I get up at 4:30 in the morning and I do everything at home. I absolutely hate the treadmill. I don't like really anything stationary because I'm sitting there and I'm walking and I'm like 2 minutes.
And that's the one thing that I will do.
Oh, I do not like the treadmill.
I don't like the treadmill. I used to do the treadmill. Like that was my cardio to get me started, right? But I'm like, I'd rather go outside. So I go outside and walk because I need to
that's even better outside.
Go outside, the sun is shining. Treadmill, you just walking in the same stationary thing, and it's So talk to us about your
looking at the clock, and I'm like, I just throw a towel over it and just do what I need to do. I just can't. So I do, and I'm in the middle of right now building my own little workout room in my home because I usually do it in the living room, and I got weights here and balls here. So I'm making my own space right now to be able to continue. But there's one thing, I don't know who's watching this, and we all got different stories, and I hope each one of us has touched someone. At the end of the day, it's all about loving yourself. It's about it's about self-love. Whatever you want to do to love on yourself. You may not be able to get to the gym. You may not even be able to walk. There's chair exercises. There's so many things. Yeah. Instead of eating a whole cheeseburger, split it in half. Little changes will add up to big changes.
Sure will.
My best friend, she used to eat certain things, and she always sees me and she'll give it to me, and I'm looking at the contents on the back. I'm looking at
right.
I'm like, no, I'm not. And now she's done it, and she hasn't just jumped into anything, but she's gone from a size 24 jeans to a size 20, and just little small changes will make a difference. Right. You just have to figure out what's going to work for you to make you feel better.
And also, as you're doing the little small changes, listen, don't get freaked out if something doesn't work. If it doesn't work, try something else until it do work. Just keep trying different things. It's not going to hurt to look things up. You can look things up on YouTube, the internet, talk to other people, join some Facebook groups, find other people that have the same interests as you do. There's thousands of groups that talk about losing weight or better health. Figure out, I have been so many things. I have been pescatarian and vegan and vegetarian. And don't think just because you're a vegan or a vegetarian that you're going to automatically lose weight. No, Oreos are vegan.
No, yes.
You think you're going to lose weight with that?
And when they fry stuff and you're vegetarian, they fry it and stuff. That's not good for you.
And most of the vegan, a lot of the vegan foods are prepackaged, prepared foods. Yeah. So you've got to really try to eat more whole foods, no matter what type of lifestyle that you choose, whether it's Mediterranean or paleo or keto, it doesn't matter. You need to use whole foods. You need to figure out some kind of a meal plan. And I am getting better. I'm talking to myself, you guys, right here. I'm definitely talking to myself because I find that when I take one day a week somewhere, probably like the weekend when I'm not working, and prepare those meals and have that food ready. So when I come home and I'm hungry, listen, when I'm hungry, I'm going to eat anything. I'm gonna be
That's it.
honest. I will even eat McDonald's. I will eat any whatever I'm eating it. Just about anything. I'm not gonna say anything because I don't really like fish. And so for the most part, I will grab something. So to keep myself from grabbing something, if I make my meals, have a meal prep day and have those meals ready, have snacks readily available, like the little, for those who eat dairy, the little Baby Bell cheese, or a little bag of pickles, little things like that. Some protein shakes, a protein water, even if you lacking I'm low on protein, so I always am looking for protein sources because I don't eat that much meat. Matter of fact, I was eating no meat at all and had to return to dairy and eggs, and because I wasn't getting enough nutrition. So just because you take meat out of your diet or take cheese out of your diet does not mean that you're nutritionally sound, because I was low in calcium and protein and I wasn't losing weight, and I was vegan. I surely was. I wasn't eating bad. I was eating clean, but it wasn't working for me because and I was doing it not because I was trying to lose weight. I was doing it because I just felt better not eating the meat. Now, right now, I'm eating some meat. It makes me feel a little slow. It makes me process a little slow. So, I'll eat meat. I try to be like, maybe for a holiday, maybe here and there, I'll eat some meat. But I'm trying to get control of my eating. I don't want to use the word diet. You guys, you see, I'm being real careful not to say the word diet. I don't like the word diet. Because it's not a diet. No, I am trying to get a hammer on what I'm eating, and it's not even that I'm binging or eating a lot of food. Oftentimes, I can go all day and don't eat nothing, and that's not good either. So I'm trying to get a handle on that and to find out what's better for me, because I was like eating a lot of lentils and beans and stuff. And like, oh, that's good for you. That's good for you. It's good for everybody else, but it's not good for me. I didn't know that I had some leptin situation going on. You see, different people have different things going on. So you got to find out what's going on with your body and see what kind of reaction that you're having to different foods. I had all the tests, all the allergy tests, all the food sensitivity tests. I'm not allergic to anything. I can eat pretty much everything and I won't have an allergic reaction, but I'll get on a scale the next day and be like, poof, I am like 5 more pounds in one day.
So this is the thing I want everybody to take away this. It's an individual process.
Exactly.
Like Karen stated, self-love, put yourself first. You have to especially as women, we tend to put everybody else ahead of us. You have to, this is not selfish to put yourself first. And I always share this analogy as in the airplane. What do they tell you? If it's a situation, you put your own mask on first.
Exactly. Yeah.
Before you can help somebody else. So you have to take care of yourself first, so you can take care of your children, so you can take care of your husband, so you can do ministry, whatever it is that is important to you. You have to take care of yourself. Start by doing small changes and see the result, but you have to be consistent. That's the thing. Whatever you do, you have to be consistent. So get your water in. Get at least 64 ounces of water in a day. Get your water in. Food prep I cannot talk about food prep enough. We don't have enough time. In our next show, we will talk about food prep. Food prep is a lifesaver. It's a game changer. Yes, and I have some videos up and some posts where I show you me food prepping. Like, that's a big thing. Making sure you're exercising, whether it's walking, going to the gym, dancing, swimming, whatever you enjoy, that's what you need to do, because what is going to be sustainable for you. That's the point I think we want to get across. Do something that works for you, works for your lifestyle, works for your health. I'm even going to encourage you to go talk to a nutritionist, because they can help you get on the right track, because sometimes we just don't know where to start. We don't know where to start. Talk to a nutritionist. Talk to your primary doctor or whomever. They can start guiding you in a way. Cameron, I want you to say some last words because we got to jump off soon to people who talk about that change and how important it is. Like we've talked about it, we touched on it, we've talked about the why, we talked about the mental piece of it, but just share your heart of what it meant to you now that you've lost this weight and you're back in shape and you're doing the things you need to do. Talk from somebody for the heart, because they need to really, I want some people to get this. You know what I'm saying? I want this to impact that it's such a change that they say, I got to get up and do something.
Right. At the end of the day, out of everything that I've seen and everything that I've gone through, I want to live. I want to be happy. I don't want to self-sabotage myself. I don't want to talk down on myself. I don't really care what other people say about me, because even now that I've lost the weight and I'm sometimes at work, I'm like, oh, you can eat a burger. You're always eating. It's not about, I could eat that burger, but I don't want that burger because it's not good for me. And sometimes we don't know what a burger is going to send off into other things, because when we start putting those mental signals into our brains. So at the end of the day, I just want to love myself, and I just want to be healthy. I don't want to hurt. I don't want to ache. I don't want to break anything because I didn't move my body. I don't want to get cancer because I ate something that I knew wasn't good for me because the doctors told me it wasn't good for me, or my own body told me it wasn't good for me. I have listened to my body over the last 2 years. Just Kat, you said something about we get bloated. I love onions. Oh, I love onions. I can eat them all the time. But I started eating onions. I take it out of my diet, and my feet started swelling up. My lymphedema started. I'm like, what's going on? But I knew I introduced that back into my diet, and that was my, oh my God, I cannot eat onions 7 days a week. I can eat it twice a week. So just listening to my body, loving on myself, wanting to be there for my family, wanting to see my grandchildren, wanting to see my great-grandchildren and my nephew. I just want to be here. I want to be here, and I want to be healthy. I don't want to be in a wheelchair. I know something's going to take me out of here. I know something's going to take me out of here. It's going to call my name. But whatever I can do to slow down that process, that's what I'm going to do. And am I perfect every day? No, I'm not. Do I not eat a cheeseburger or a donut? I do. And I do it and I move on, because I'm human. We're not robots. We're not machines. Don't beat yourself up if you had a day or 2 or 3, but you just can't live in it. You can't live in the negativity. And you don't listen to what other people say. You know what's good for you. Some people, if they see you 300 pounds and now they see you at 1, oh, you're too skinny. It's not about you. You didn't say anything to me when I was 300 pounds. You didn't say anything. You didn't say anything to me then, so don't say anything to me now.
Yeah.
I love it. 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 I love it.
And one more tidbit. I just had a tidbit. I had a tidbit pop in my head when you were just talking. Here's a great word for us to use from now on so that we don't say the D word. Food plan. You guys like that?
Right.
Like you're working on your food plan.
Right.
Not the D-I-E-T.
Right.
I just say healthy lifestyle. I just say
healthy journey. I don't even want to say a diet, but it's like
exactly. Because everybody goes,
it's a health journey. It's a health journey.
Yeah, I don't
exactly.
My
but what you said about that food is really, that was optimal. You know, about Kat talked about getting that food ready, having those meals, having those meal plans together so that you can, you can just breeze through your week because you're not thinking about food, but you're going to get hungry because you're human. So when you're hungry, it's already ready. Grab and go. Yeah. And it takes the stress and the anxiety out of the journey.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Valencia said just use the word nutrition. Mm-hmm. Like I said,
yes, that's good too. Thank you, Valencia.
And it's like whatever works for you. So food plan, nutrition, lifestyle, whatever works for you. That's what I want people to take away from. It's whatever works for you. Because what worked for Karen might not work for you. What worked for Coach Shell might not work for you. What might work for me might not work for you. Figure it out. Talk to your nutritionist. Start making changes in your life and just watch what happens. Try going to the gym. If that didn't work for you, go take a walk, whatever. Figure out something different to help you. But most important, understand your why, because that will keep you motivated. The why will keep you motivated. So
Absolutely.
Get a why. It will keep you motivated. Set a goal, because if we don't set a goal, we don't know where we're going, right? Set a goal.
Exactly.
I did my goal when we did our vision party, and my goal was 20
Yeah.
pounds. I've passed my goal. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? I passed my goal.
Write it down and make it plain.
Yes. So do those things. These are just little tips to help you, because we want, at the end of the day, I want everybody to be healthy, for real.
Yep.
Like, I want everybody to live
Exactly.
long. I want everybody to be prosperous. I want everybody to be strong, because the Bible says, beloved, above all things,
Yes.
I want you to prosper as your soul prosper. I want you to be in health. That's what the word says. That's what God wants for us.
Amen.
Yes.
And so that's what I want, because being a minister of the gospel,
Mm-hmm.
I want what God wants. Same thing.
I know
nothing
that's
different.
right.
Same thing, nothing different. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Share, like, subscribe. We're on YouTube as well as Facebook. But share this. Somebody you know that is struggling in their weight. I mean, it's a real thing. The mental, we talked about that. Share these videos so we can help somebody else, so they can listen to it later, listen to it over again. But we want you to be healthy. Come back with us, join us next Saturday. We're going to talk about, I don't know what we're going to talk about next Saturday, but I think nutrition is very important. So
Yeah, we need food plans. I need help. You guys
Oh,
gonna
let's
talk
do
about
food.
it? I need help.
yeah, we're just going to talk about food. I love,
Yes.
like, and Coach Shell, she didn't tell y'all, Coach Shell is a chef. Like, she does catering and everything. So she tried to play herself to the left. Yes, but she's also a chef. And
I know.
so we're going to talk about food planning and all that kind of stuff. But we love you guys. Have a great Saturday. Thank you.
Can I say one thing before we go?
Yes.
It's a shameless plug. It's a shameless plug.
Go ahead.
But I did not do this all on my own. There is a program that has helped me to get all of this clarity, and
Yes, talk about it.
It's called E2M, Eager to Motivate. It's through Facebook. You can look it up. It has everything you could ever possibly want. And that is the only thing that I have ever been able to do for 2 years to be straight. Because I get bored with things and I move on. But they have nutrition, they have coaching, they have mental coaching, they have live food classes, they have everything. And it's called, again, E2M, which stands for Eager to Motivate. It's
awesome.
I'm going to be honest. I'm on the program with, I'm on the lifestyle change with Karen. This is absolutely
Good.
awesome.
And that is not shameless. That's a great plug. That was not a shameless one.
Okay,
because that's a tool. Listen, that's a tool.
Listen,
Anything that you use for your journey as a tool.
Wait, hold on, Shell.
Go ahead.
Valencia says E2M, she's been thinking about it, but it's $320, right? It is. It's $40 a week, but this is the thing. You only pay that for a lifetime. You can do this for a lifetime. Once you pay that one,
I've been on it I paid my $320 2 years ago.
Yep.
2 years ago. And I've never had to pay another dime. And I get everything I could possibly want. And it's $40 a week. You don't even have to pay
$40 a week.
It's $40 a week.
I mean, you're spending more than that in food, junk food, or going out.
Yeah.
You're spending way more than $40 a week.
Yeah.
And you're spending more than that on medical when your stuff goes wrong.
Absolutely.
And we're not saying everybody go to E2M. That's not what we're saying. But we're saying it's a great tool. That's what we're saying.
It's a great tool. Right. And you find the tool that works for you. Just like you said, everything that works for me may not work for you. So you just search around. And if there are some tools that you can use to, to get your journey to be more successful, use those tools and don't be ashamed, because a lot of times people will tell you that you're using a tool that, that's the easy way. You shouldn't use that tool. Well, maybe it's not for them, but it might help you. So never feel bad about something that's helping you.
Well, E2M is like no supplements, anything. It's like real. It's just food. Like it's
all health.
It's a plan. It's a plan.
It's teaching you how to eat. It teaches you. It has exercise.
I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out, y'all.
I had a couple people. I've been a converter too. Like, check this program out. It works. You know. So
okay, what? How you kept that from me, girl? You should have told me about that.
I did.
No, you didn't.
Go back and look at your messages. Go back and look. Don't call me out.
Okay, you probably did. Okay, yeah, I'm terrible about messages. You probably did.
But it's an amazing plan, and thank you, Cameron, for. Like I said, I'm on it too. This is my first round, so I just started.
Okay.
In my first round, it goes in 8-week cycles, and I'm a believer. That's all I'm gonna say.
Just check out their website. It's definitely for me.
I'm gonna check it out. I'm seriously. I'm not saying this just because we on this live. I'm so serious because I need help with the food portion. I know people's like, oh, you lost all that weight. Just do the same thing you did before. I did multiple things to lose the weight, and I went back and tried all of those multiple things. And my body's like, oh no, you're not gonna get me again. So the things that I did to lose the weight ain't working for me. I've been keto 3 times. That's not working for me anymore. Not that it doesn't work for other people, because I know many other people, and I did lose weight on it the first time. The second and third time was like, my body was like, oh no. So my body's not responding to the things that it used to before. And of course, I'm 3-4 more years older now. So, I've got some hormones. I'm premenopausal. I've got some hormone situations happening. And I don't, it's not, other stuff that I did before is not working for me. So I am going to try something new and keep an open mind about using a new tool. So this is going to be something I definitely will look up.
I'm going to post some other updated pictures, even of myself, since I've been on Instagram, because my pictures I posted are not my latest pictures. I just have not posted anything. So most people lose about 20 pounds in the first round, from what I've seen. I need to look good for my honeymoon. Yes. Hey, that's what I'm going to do.
I got to look good for my honeymoon too.
I'm getting right. I'm getting snapped.
That's right.
Yes, I'm getting ready for my honeymoon too.
I'm getting prepared too, Valencia. Even though I'm not dating anybody.
Do you all know who Valencia is, you guys?
No.
That is my new daughter-in-law. Not daughter-in-law. That's my daughter-in-love. That is the wonderful young lady that my son leveled up with.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That's my new bride. But is it 4 weeks now? It's 4 weeks. Well, it's almost the 16th. This is my new bride. I'm so proud of her.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, welcome to the family. So we're going to hop off, guys. We've taken enough of your day, but we really appreciate it. And we will come back and do some updates and show some more pictures and give some more tools on exercise and food prep. I think that's the most important, food prep and exercise. I think those are going to be.
Yes.
And I think having a show about food prep, because I think some people are a little intimidated just by that word, but it's a whole.
I love it. I love food prep. I love doing it.
Like y'all got to get me motivated. I used to be real good with it, but I fell off. I'm be honest. I fell off. So I need you guys to help me get motivated so I can do it, because it is very helpful. It is very helpful.
All right, guys. We love you. We will talk to you later. Have a great, wonderful Saturday. Be prosperous. Christine is off spending time with family, but she will join us back. But again, this is your girl, Kat Harvey, with my special guest, Karen and Coach Shell. We had a great show, and we thank you so much for your participation. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Mwah.